Oh, I don't even know what happened. I do not know what happened with this trailer or this channel. I gotta apologize. It's been 9 months since the last couple of videos. 9 months. Did not expect to go that fucking long without a video. I think I did this once before too, so I apologize for that, guys. But as you might remember, we had the holidays and things get crazy then. And then after the holidays, we had the biggest fucking scam, the biggest example of medical fraud ever in the history of the world. So that happened. So yeah, that kind of took me out of the game a little bit. Anyway, let's get into to the Batman. Let's get into some good news because we've had so much goddamn bad news this year. Dude, I did not expect. And look, the movie sounded good. Okay, it sounded good. It sounded like a good idea. But frankly, with all the changing Batman over and over again and all the changing tones and right when you get settled, like right when you really, really like Christian Bale, then we change. And then right when you really like Batfleck, then that we change. I just felt like my head was spinning a little bit, so I didn't get that pumped about this. But I'm really pumped now. This was unbelievable. This is going to be the best Batman movie we've had. Now, how can I say that? We've only got a quarter of the movie shot, and we've just got this small trailer. It's kind of a bold thing to say already. Here's why. The tone is perfect. The tone is exactly what we want out of a Batman movie. This is how it should be. I remember when Affleck was saying that he was going to do, the way he explained his movie was going to be very dark, very real world. And I remember thinking it's going to be kind of like The Town. If you remember, he was responsible for The Town. And I remember thinking it was going to be kind of like The Town, but with Batman as a character. That's what this looks like, except more murder mystery. You know, this really has a 7 flavor to it. I know a lot of people are saying that, and I can't get that out of my head either. This feels like 7. It feels like we really are going to be wondering who the villain is and what his motivation is. There's so many little drops there, little things that the villain's saying to toy with him. And when he says something at the end of the trailer, like he says, "You're a part of this." And Bruce says, "Well, how am I a part of this?" He says, "You'll see." The villain, who, if this is really based on The Long Halloween, by the way, those of you who read comics probably know the villain would be the Calendar Man. And then we find out who that really is. But I don't know how much it's going to be actually based on Long Halloween. But regardless, that doesn't matter. The point is it's going to be really wicked because it looks really wicked. We'll see. Because we've got a villain who's leaving a lot of mystery. And I think we're going to be on the edge of our seats the whole time. So here's the interesting thing. This is really like, I'm going to call it the 10th Batman movie. Right? Because if you remember, we all started, I'm not going to count the one from 1966. I'm talking modern Batman. We had those first 2 that were real creative and kind of unique at the time from Tim Burton, right? And then Joel Schumacher did a couple movies and pissed all over that. Same continuity, just shit all over the whole thing. And then we had the Nolan trilogy, which I thought was as good as it was going to get. I really thought, this is great. It's not straight out of the comic, not as tortured as we want, but that's okay. Then, of course, we had Batfleck. He was, I think, the best Bruce Wayne, the best Batman. He really understood the character the most. But this is the first time out of 10 movies now, this will be the 10th one there, the first time that we're actually seeing Batman be a detective. And in the comics, that's his whole thing, right? That's the number one thing about Batman. It's not that he's just a vigilante, that he's violent. It's beyond that he's dark, he's tortured. Bigger than any of that in the comics, especially a detective comic, is his being a detective. That's what it all boils down to. And now, finally, after 9 movies that mostly ignored that, we're going to see that right front and center. And I really dig it. I love what they did. I love the tone. I love the whole feeling of just tragedy, which I didn't think we were going to get. I thought we were going to kind of make this a little bit more like the other DC films. But no, this is tragic. This is somber. And there's a feeling of desperation throughout pretty much every single scene in this trailer. Also notice no comic relief. I don't think there was a single joke or anything to make light in this comic, this trailer, one bit. So this is perfect. This is the Batman movie I've been wanting my whole life. In '05, when Batman Begins came out, I thought it's never going to get better than this. But here we are. It really looks like it's going to be, or maybe on par. We'll see. It's a lot for me to be, like, I shouldn't be this fucking excited yet, okay? It's one little trailer. It's 30 seconds. I shouldn't go nuts. But this looks like it's handled exactly the way it needs to be handled. All right, so I am pumped about that. I'll tell you the line when he says when he beats the fuck out of that dude, and then Bruce says, "I am vengeance." I don't know if I'm crazy about that, but it was badass. It was very, very badass. I just hope it fits the movie right, because the way I've always interpreted Batman from the comics is that's not his deal. He doesn't go out there like Ghost Rider. That's a Ghost Rider thing, is to say, I'm vengeance. That's what I'm all about, is just fucking vengeance. Bruce wrestles with whether or not there is a logic to him being Batman. And what I mean by that is, he doesn't be Batman to let his inner demons come out. That's not the point of Batman. The point of Batman, in the comics anyway, is that Bruce he's trying to just take criminals off the street. He realizes if he can take every criminal off the street, every violent criminal anyway, that a tragedy like what happened to his parents can't happen again. And so I think here when Bruce says to that dude, when he beats the shit out of him and he says, "I'm vengeance," I kind of wonder if that's going to be in relation to something else. Maybe there's a scene earlier on where Alfred tells him he's vengeance, and then Bruce uses that and embraces it for a little bit. I don't know if that's like how integral that is or what that really means to the movie, but I hope that's not the whole gist of where we've got this new Batman. I wouldn't imagine it is, but if they just make him someone who doesn't justify what he's doing, then I'll probably be a little bit bummed out by that. Anyway, whatever. It's a fucking good movie. It looks like a good movie. It looks like a good movie. I'm really surprised by how awesome this trailer was. The costumes, the whole fucking deal. It really looks like they went all out in this. And supposedly the movie's only 25% shot. So anyway, that was way, way cool. I'm real pumped about where we're headed with this thing. It's unique from all the other Batman movies. Looks like it's really going to be unique. And that's got to be a tough thing to do when they keep reinventing him over and over again, right? We with the Nolanverse, we had Batman's origins right up to his retirement. So we got to span that whole thing. And it was supposed to be dark and gritty and real world, right? For the most part, it was. And then the Joel Schumacher thing before that, that was just a big, just childish mess, right? That was ridiculous. And we've had these different tones and different iterations. We've seen Batman from the very beginning a couple times. We've seen him right up to the end. This is interesting to take it at this point of his career. I really think this is a unique thing. It's supposed to be starting in year 2. So he's like a year and a half in to being the Batman. He's still making mistakes. According to Matt Reeves, he's still making mistakes. He's still learning exactly what he's going to be. And anyway, it looks like he's getting this incredible challenge that's really going to define him. So anyway, guys, look, it's good to be back. Sorry, it's been a long-ass time. I appreciate you guys. You know, this is a new channel, even though I've been around for a couple of years now. But like I said, I'm going to do my best here to not keep disappearing. That scandemic shit really messed up my world in a big way. So hopefully I'm going to be back, and I'll see you guys again soon, all right? All right, be well, everybody. Hey, let me know in the comments, please. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this. What did you like? What didn't you like? If you haven't liked this video yet, please do. If you've hung in this long, you must like it. So please like the video. If you didn't subscribe yet, subscribe. I need subscribers. I have I think negative subscribers. I think I have less than 0 subscribers. That's not enough. So please sign up for that shit. And anyway, you guys, you're the best. I'll see you later.